I'm Lisa. Today it's about helping seniors live safely and stay connected.
And I'm Frank. Kelly Peterschmidt on combating loneliness, and Al Cazares on building safe, independent homes. 2
missions, 1 heart, honoring our elders. Let's get
encouraged.
Success for our services in serving older adults is hopefully being with them until end of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're kind of at that stage in their lives that they're facing that.
It's always been a passion of mine to try to keep seniors safe in their homes. So there were 6 of us that designed this national strategy that we now implement in every house doctors, and I think we're up to like 80 franchises now.
Oh my.
We all have older adults in our lives, whether it's our parents, our grandparents, our next door neighbors, our friends, and as we age, we all need a little bit of help. And try to put yourself in their shoes and what you would need.
Welcome to the Be Encouraged, Colorado's voice for growth and good. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
Today's show is sponsored by The Hive, Lisa. You heard of those guys?
The Hive. Kylan's in the house today.
Yes, he is. The Hive connects purpose-driven visionaries with the services providers who can bring their ideas to life. So whether you're building a business or looking to help someone else chase a big dream, The Hive is here to help you find the right connections. Visit thehive.vision to learn more and check out a flyer we left you guys for
Great, love
The
it.
Hive.
Yes.
Today we're joined by 2 incredible leaders who are improving the lives of older adults, one through safe homes and the other through meaningful human connection.
Wow, isn't that wonderful? Wow, what a great place to start. I think, Kelly, you're our main, then we brought him in as an addition.
Yes.
Right?
A nice addition. Yes.
Excellent
Yes.
addition.
Excellent addition.
Yes.
So, Kelly, what is, you are the executive director of Porchlight Friends and the Pearls program of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
With that in mind, what's the biggest challenge that you've overcome in your journey so far?
Well, I think probably with both of those organizations, Porchlight Friends and Pearls, is getting the word out to the older adults that we exist. You know, I feel like it's such a digital world and our older adults aren't necessarily part of that digital world.
Right.
So this is so helpful to get the word out to maybe the people that they associate with, their family members, their neighbors, that sort of thing, and just letting them know that these services are available to them in our community.
Indeed. You know, you have, a lot of people have a problem getting the word out.
Yeah.
But you're right, there's
tough.
an additional layer when it comes to the older people trying to get the word out. So, same with you, my friend. You are the house doctor. You are the man, the house doctor of Colorado Springs, multi-award winning
Yes.
house doctor of Colorado Springs. So what's been the biggest challenge for you to overcome in the journey?
I think for us it's, for us to provide that top quality service, we have to have top quality people working for us. And in the environment today, it's getting harder and harder to find those quality people. I am very fortunate that I've been able to find some. And when I find them, I take really good care of them because I want them to stay. And they're the reason that this business works. They're the guys that are in the people's home and making the difference and talking about house doctors and how we can serve them. So that's been the challenge since day one, really.
Absolutely. How long have you been the house doctor now?
We are in our 9th year.
9th year,
So
yeah.
I think we're going to make it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome. And Kelly, so you've spent years helping seniors, right? So how overcoming loneliness, keeping them connected, that's a really big thing. What first inspired your passion into this work?
So great question, because it's been a journey for me. I think my husband and I had a medical home care agency that we started and ran in 2005, sold it in 2010. That was my first introduction into going into older adults' homes just to see how they're living. Some are doing great, a lot are not. You know, they're really just surviving. Mm-hmm. And as you get older and you lose some of that strength and mobility, just running errands becomes difficult, going to the grocery store, going to the bank. So that was my first introduction to that. And then once we sold that agency, I jumped into the nonprofit world and worked with CASA for a bit, worked with hospice, again, started a companionship program for a hospice agency here in town, and again, going into their homes and just assisting them. And my parents, along that way, my parents aged and passed away. My mom passed away about 5 years before my dad did. And just seeing his life after she passed, they were married for 62 years.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and just watching him try to navigate life without that life partner was just another piece of information that lodged in my brain, and just seeing the assistance that he needed. And so then I worked for Silver Key. Silver Key is such a great nonprofit here in Colorado Springs, serving older adults, especially low-income older adults. And so just got more ammunition behind what I really wanted to do, and so started Porchlight Friends in 2023. Just with all of that behind me, and just seeing how people live, seeing the support that my dad needed, and just knowing that there's a huge need for assistance in the home, transportation, and companionship to combat that loneliness and isolation with our older adults here in El Paso County.
Man, did you hear that, Lisa? Because it feels like the design of Kelly Peterschmidt's life, you saw those different avenues that were coming, that were designing your purpose, right?
Yeah, I really do feel that way when I look back at what I've done throughout my life and where I am now. First of all, I feel like I landed just right where I'm supposed to be. I just love what I do, and I know there's a big need for what we're doing. But yeah, I just had a lot of different experiences in my life that kind of brought me to this point and offering these services. So it feels right.
Well, thank you for listening to your calling.
Yeah.
Total transparency, both Lisa and I serve on the board of directors for Porchlight Friends, and we are so happy to do so. Alan, you served 20 years in the Air Force. Thank you for your service, my friend. And later led corporate teams before launching House Doctors yourself. So what motivated you to focus on home safety and aging in place?
Well, I was blessed when we were trying to decide how we were going to handle this. House Doctors, the corporation, picked 6 franchises to develop a strategy for aging in place. And it's always been a passion of mine to try to keep seniors safe in their homes. So there were 6 of us that designed this national strategy that we now implement in every House Doctors, and I think we're up to like 80 franchises now.
Oh my!
Way to be a trendsetter.
So we developed the policy and the procedures, and worked with different vendors and stuff, so we would have the right equipment to provide and keep the seniors safe in their homes. So just an add-on, when Kelly asked me to join the board, I was super excited because there's so much synergy between what I want to do for seniors and what she does for seniors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that I'm surrounded by my board members.
Yes, we all got you. All right, so Alan, creating a national program like Freedom to Stay takes vision and persistence. What was the biggest challenges you faced in launching that?
Well, I think the thing that kind of drove all of us was trying to figure out exactly what it was that we were supposed to do and how to do it, and then finding partners that would come alongside us and do things. So we've got partners that provide grab bars and ramps and that kind of stuff, and we worked in and made a partnership with Age Safe America, which is an incredible program that that's how we develop our checklists for, we're focused on fall prevention, but there is so much other stuff outside of that. And so finding those partners to come alongside us, and then getting certified. I'm a certified senior home safety inspector. So when I go into somebody's home, I'm going to look at everything to try to make sure that they're safe. And then if they can pick and choose what they want to have done after we've done our inspection. So, it's just those partnerships, those strategic partnerships. That was something that took us a while to put it all together.
I think for the sake of our audience, Lisa, that because me seeing this today was the first time I realized that you are a part of Freedom to Stay. So briefly sum up, what is Freedom to Stay?
Well, that is the name of the program that House Doctors developed. Aging in Place is a standard You hear that everywhere.
Everywhere,
So,
yeah.
And we could say, hey, house doctors does aging in place, and we'll be just like everybody else. So when we said, hey, what are we really about? Well, it's about giving seniors freedom in their home.
I
So
love
freedom to stay. So yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for telling us
love
that.
it. Yeah, I didn't know he was that creative.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, it wasn't me.
It was house doctors.
There was a group of 6 of us plus our vice president who was involved in making those decisions. So we all had input, but it wasn't me altogether. Okay.
Kelly, working with older adults can be incredibly rewarding, but it's also emotionally demanding. With that in mind, how do you and your team stay resilient and hopeful in the work that you're doing?
Yeah, you're so right, because our success for our services in serving older adults is hopefully being with them until end of life. They're kind of at that stage in their lives that they're facing that, and it's their families and that we also serve. And so we had, I think it was October through December of last year, that we had 8 clients pass away.
Oh,
And just not unexpectedly, it was
Yeah,
just
but
like you see a
still.
decline.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
because we build our services on relationships, and we really want our companions, whether they're the volunteer companions or the staff, to really form the relationships and the friendships so that they look forward to people coming over. And then along with that comes end of life, and that's tough. And so, yeah, the resilience piece of it. We do have a social worker that contracts with us that's available to talk to any of our staff or our volunteers or our board, whoever that, just maybe need to help process some of that. And we just really try to have open communication and talking about that person and finding that closure, and because it's losing a friend.
Yes,
So it can be really tough.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank
So
you.
Kelly, you lead Porchlight Friends and the Pearls program, both centered on connection.
Yes.
Can you share a story that captures the impact that you've seen when someone truly felt seen and supported?
Yeah, I think we have so many stories, and it's so I really try to write them down, because when somebody asks and you think, I can't think of a single one, but we have 50.
Yeah.
But I think one story, I may have told this before, but we had a client that came to us. We were actually seeing one of her friends. She's living in a 55-plus apartment building, and we were seeing one of her neighbors, and providing services for her. And this friend came to us and said, I have one of my neighbors that really could use your services. And so when we got to know her, we realized she's 85. Her husband had just passed away like 3 months prior, unexpectedly. So had a heart attack and passed away right in front of her. And so she's grieving that. And then right at that same time, she found her doctor found a mass in her bladder that required surgery. They found out it was cancer. So now she's on her own. Really, her husband had been the one to handle all of their finances and had been the person who had driven her everywhere, for the last few years. They'd been married for over 50 years. And so we went in, assigned one of our staff with her, and just before her surgery, we're able to drive her to her doctor's appointments in preparation. Then we could take her on errands to prepare for that. So when she came home from the hospital, she had everything that she needed there at home. So we ran those errands with her, did some of those appointments with her, and then we actually drove her to the hospital the day of her surgery and just stayed with her until they took her back, and then followed up with her the next day, made sure she had a ride home. So it's just being that organization, that person that she could rely on and know that we were going to be there. And now we've been seeing her every week since then. She's recovered from her surgery, and she's cancer-free, and we just visit with her on a weekly basis.
That's
and,
great.
Yeah,
That's
she just-
amazing.
Yes.
85 years old. And
Yeah, to all of a sudden find herself really alone in the
Yeah.
world,
Right.
facing some really heavy things. And so, just being able to see her once a week and be kind of a ray of sunshine.
Yeah,
in
what
her
a
life.
great story.
Yes.
Yeah, you have rays of sunshine in space, my friend.
Yes.
You really do. Yeah. Al, you've helped shape the national standard for fall prevention. And how have you seen home modifications change families' lives and give seniors more independence and impact?
Just installing a couple of grab bars or a small ramp. I mean, many seniors can't, if there's just a single step between their living room and the dining room, they can't make that step. So we can build a small ramp for them to get them up there, making sure that they can get in and out of the bathtub safely, making sure that, when they're using the facilities, they have a way that they can get up and get down, without falling. So fall prevention is really a real focus for us. So, we that was the number one thing, but like you said, shaping that national strategy and the vendors that we've got. I mean, grab bars don't have to be ugly.
Exactly.
No more ugly
Like a
grab
Yes.
bars.
We've got vendors that goes around the toilet roll holder or towel bar or using the shower head itself, sliding up and down a grab bar.
Neat.
We didn't have access to that before we got into this national strategy. So, so not only keeping them safe, but letting them be pleased with the aesthetics that are surrounding them. So.
Yeah.
So what would you say to families who are listening that have aging parents, they're trying to stay home safe? What is one thing they can do to make their parents' home safer?
Well, we can come in, like I said, we can do that inspection, and we can look at every aspect of it. The key thing is fall prevention, and if they're out of state, we've actually had clients who have come to us and say, "Hey, my dad is living by himself, and he can't. If he falls, he can't call me. So can you install some cameras for us so that we can keep an eye on Dad? And if he has an issue and he can't get a hold of us, I can make the call. I'm in Virginia, but I can help, and I can call 911 and get somebody in Colorado and have them come and help my dad. So that's a really important thing. If they can't be there physically for their parents, to have some way of being able to be in touch with them and see what's going on in their home, and we're happy to help them with that.
Yeah, I know one thing is to get rid of area rugs.
Yeah.
That is a number one.
Yeah, it is.
And house slippers. Like, it's called house slippers because they could slip and fall. Like, it's a
Exactly
thing,
right,
right?
yeah.
I definitely learned
Yeah.
that when I was in
Yeah.
senior care.
Yeah.
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 You know, Al, before we go back to Kelly for a minute, because we do have some time to talk about this, because this is a personal thing for you. You know, both you and I, we joke about it, of course, but we're aging in place ourselves at the time. How much do you, being in the space that you're in right now, as a human, tied to your connection to doing the work that you're doing?
You know, I personally, when my father passed away, my mom came and lived with us, so we extended her life probably 8 or 10 years longer than she would have been able to live without. And one of the things, we made her get out. We made her use services like Silver Key to get to places. But I also learned firsthand what her needs are. You know, when she first lived with us, she was downstairs, and then it came to a point where she couldn't negotiate the stairs, so we had to reconfigure our home to make it accommodating for her. So, someday I'm going to need that
Yes.
stuff, you know? And I'm hoping that I'm going to find somebody like me that's willing to go that extra mile to take care of me while I'm extending my life.
Yes.
And can I answer that question too? Because I just hear that all the time. I hear from our clients, why are you doing this? Why are you,
Why do you
they're
care?
so humble. And why are
Yeah.
you coming by? And it's like, we're all on this journey, this aging journey.
Yes.
Nobody escapes it.
Right.
We're all headed down that same path. And I've just told them the same thing as I hope there's somebody behind me coordinating services, so when I need it, I can rely on somebody as well.
It's like Silver Key's tagline, aging is all of us.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Right?
So
Yeah,
true.
so, yeah. Kelly, for caregivers or volunteers feeling stretched thin, what encouragement would you offer them about the difference their compassion really makes in life? What would you say to them?
Yeah, gosh, I think it's just self-evident for themselves out there. And I realize everybody can get stretched thin and kind of forget why you're doing something and the good, the good you're doing in our community. But I just hear from both our volunteers and our staff all the time how much they love what we're doing, because it is so personal, and it just is so rewarding. It's one of those volunteer opportunities that you can get involved with that's very rewarding, going week to week and seeing somebody and getting to know somebody. And you really see firsthand what you're doing, to help that person in their home. So, yeah, I encourage them as much as I can. And we have events for them, and we, give them little thank yous, throughout the year, just to make sure that they understand how much we appreciate the time, because they're giving their gift of time, which is so precious to all of us. And
Oh, I love that you think that way.
yeah, just giving that gift of time and try to, let them know how much we do appreciate them. But I really feel like this is a really fulfilling either job or volunteer position to work with these older adults.
So Porchlight Friends has some exciting things happening starting November 1st. Would you like to share?
Yes, I would love to. So Porchlight Friends is participating in the local Give campaign for the third year in a row.
What is that?
So the Give campaign, it's Give Pikes Peak, and it's a local organization that promotes nonprofits. So there's about 70 nonprofits here in El Paso County that they're promoting this year. And basically it's really focused on end of year charitable giving. So it's November through December, and it's really trying to entice and encourage people to give to all these nonprofits. So there's a website it's the Give Pikes Peak website, and you go there and you have a whole list of the nonprofits. You can pick up the ones that you want, like Porchlight Friends.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, please and thank you. Or look at all the other ones too. It's really nice to go in and browse and just find out like where your passion lies and where you want to donate some money. And you can donate right there on the website. That all goes into the Give campaign initially, and they send out all the tax receipts for that end of year charitable giving. And then in January of next year, they have a big event where they give us the big checks and they give that money to us. And then Porchlight Friends, we use that money. It goes right into our what we call our Friends Fund Scholarship. So it drops into there, and we use that money to support low-income seniors in El Paso County, so we can offer no-cost services to those who can't afford to pay for our services.
Awesome. And did you mention December 4th, the give back?
I did not.
Oh, funny you should ask.
She's queuing it up for you, young
she
lady.
is.
Yeah.
You're good at what you do, Lisa. So Porchlight Friends, we are hosting an event. What did we end up calling it?
The give back.
The give back. Porchlight Friends Give Back. It's so really having an event on December 4th from 4:30 to 7:30 in the evening after work. Come by, some food and drinks, and we're going to have baskets to give away and door prizes, and people just really encouraging people to donate to Porchlight Friends through the Give campaign, through this end of year campaign that we're having, and just raise as much money as we can to support older adults in our community.
That's awesome.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Frank, you know what I love best about these two guests?
What's that?
Is that they both are giving back, like you said, the gift of time, but you're giving like strategic, tangible give backs, right? Staying safe at home, feeling loved and cared for, getting to doctor's appointments, all the things. I just love what you guys are doing in community for our seniors. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And what I love about you guys, because I am a senior.
Yes.
I am too. I qualify for my own services. So, yeah.
I don't yet.
You're not.
She thought she'd throw that in for free.
Yeah.
So- well, I do, and the collaborative piece of this is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right? That you found each other. And that we can see the synergy that's happening between what you do at House Doctor, what you do at Porchlight Friends, and now it's come together to create a powerful outreach to community together. And that is so amazing to me. Thank you both for what you do.
Yeah,
How you
absolutely.
bless
Love
our
to do it.
community so much.
Yeah.
And we get to see firsthand. We got a front row seat.
Yeah, we do.
So this is what makes it so cool for us,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and I feel like that part of it is so important. And I know, Al, you mentioned this a little bit earlier too, but a lot of times when clients come on service with us, they really have found a trusted resource, and they really become reliant on us to refer other sources.
Yeah.
So Porchlight Friends has a pretty narrow scope of what we do. So as our clients decline and need more beyond what we can bring, I'm out in the community all the time trying to find those trusted resources so I can refer to non-medical home care that can help with those activities of daily living,
Right.
or a handyman, or a plumber, or somebody to clear the snow from their walk, just whatever services that they might need. our clients come to us, and their adult kids that live out of state also come to us and just ask, do you know somebody who does this? And
Right.
so we really try to have that list of resources so we can refer a trusted resource to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. With the key word being trusted.
Yes.
It
So
is,
particularly in
yeah.
this space, so,
Yeah, because they just get taken advantage of every
Yep.
single day,
Yeah.
you know,
Isn't
and
that a
so.
shame?
It is, yeah. They just, we hear about the phone calls that they get every day just asking for, you know, money, or you owe us this, or, you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
finding every which way that they can take advantage of this older population, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
It's that time, Kelly.
Yeah.
I want you to take a moment and look at the camera and encourage the world, and then let everyone know how to reach you at Porchlight Friends.
Okay, great. Well, encourage the world. So,
No small task.
yeah, no small task. So I would encourage you to go to our website, which is porchlightfriends.org, and just check out the things that we're doing, and listen to your heart, and just wanting to give back. And I feel like we all have older adults in our lives, whether it's our parents, our grandparents, our next door neighbors, our friends, and as we age, we all need a little bit of help. And try to put yourself in their shoes, and what you would need as a human being to live with dignity and live safely in your own home, or to receive the companionship that you need maybe while living in a senior community. So think about it in those terms, just, you know, how you would want your mother or your grandmother to be treated as she aged, and yeah, think about how Porchlight Friends is trying to meet that need in our community, and help us do that, and maybe donate a little bit along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a tax write-off.
It is, yeah. End of year charitable giving is, you know, if people are always looking for that, you know, it's just like, you know, it's a very feel-good organization between the two of us, very feel-good, but it's also a business,
Yeah.
you know, and in order for us to do this service, we have to keep our doors open. We have to have the money coming in to be able to serve these people. So, and think about the tax write-offs and the tax receipts, and that's the business side of it, and we don't push that on to our clients. We want
Right.
to just be the warm fuzzy on the client side of things, but we also have to run a business.
You gotta run a
Absolutely.
business.
Yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You know, Al, same for you, my friend. I want you to look at that camera and encourage the world, and also tell them how they can engage your wonderful service.
Oh, well, we are encouragement, as far as what we do as far as keeping people safe in their homes. You know, if they see something or they know somebody that needs those kinds of services, they can contact us directly. They can go to housedoctors.com and find us. They can call us locally. I've got a great staff. I've got a wonderful office manager who actually knows this business way better than I do, and she can help people. We can get people on the schedule to get their services done as quickly as possible. But so our local number 719-596-1111 or housedoctors.com, and we'll be happy to take care of all of their handyman needs, but in this case focused on safety in their home. So.
Yeah, we might add to that before we close today that if you reach out to Lisa or Frank at beencouraged.net, we can always get you in touch with these folk, or you go to our website at beencouraged.net as well. Al's work is, he's on our website,
Yep,
so you
he's a
can find him
sponsor.
there as well as a sponsor. But we are part of this organization. Lisa and I will be more than happy to get you in touch with them.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally. We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years been married to, what is his wife's name? Gaba?
Gaba. And she is a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well. But he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town.
And one last thing, you know, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So they really are.
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Look up Planet Duck.
So that's it for this episode of Be Encouraged. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. And join us on the conversation at beencouraged.net.
Remember, there's real talk, real growth, real Colorado. Stay encouraged.